Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Add-on and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Well, today we are going to be working and hopefully at least getting into a good place. Blood, coin, and steel. Maybe wondering, Notepad, why the hell is the stream so late? Well, I've been at an anime convention all day. Because I like anime conventions. I think they're fun. That's literally it. I just think they're a lot of fun. So I went to one. I'm gonna go back tomorrow. It's been very entertaining. There's been a lot of people, very good people, and yeah, it's just generally been very nice. Between last time and now, I added a few things. Most notably, I kind of fixed up some of this, added a few new weapons. I couldn't really think of too many additional weapons, but I kind of added what I could. Kind of added just some changes with the charts and such, just to make things flow a little bit nicer. Most notably when it comes to the combat situations, I literally just went through and double checked everything and just made it look a little bit nicer, just to give it a better vibe to it. Intrigue, I kind of did the same thing. I just kind of went through Intrigue the other day and started just fixing little things with it, because that's really, honest to God, that is the chief concern with things like Intrigue, is making it look right. And if I can get it to look right, it doesn't really matter anything else, if that makes any remote amount of sense. It doesn't really matter if it's, maybe not the best, like this, maybe not the best laid out, but as long as everything kind of looks nice and kind of flows together, everything should be fine. We're not going to do, as you can kind of see here, this kind of goes down from affectionate, they love you, all the way down to malicious, they fucking want to kill you. You got various techniques. The example, intrigue. So we still have to do plots and schemes and war. I am most likely going to do that later, not right now, because the goal right now, generally speaking, the goal right now is to actually get all of this in. I'm only going to be doing the first three, noble houses, merchant families, and free companies. Clans and tribes are good. Their special mechanics are going to get put into the free companies, bandit groups as well. That's how that's just going to be kind of working. Everything's going to be kind of implemented there. I might put some of the ideas of bandit groups into merchant families just to give them something a little bit more unique. From there, probably going to be putting all of this information. Because a lot of this information is, if we kind of go all the way in, what's your initial prestige? What's this? What's this? This is just the way that everything was worded was kind of not great. So I'm going to go out of my way and try to make that better, because I can do that. Same thing goes for pretty much all of these for one way or another. Some of these aren't just going to make it, kind of thing. They're just not gonna. Did you find a hot goth girl or cat girl? Every goth girl or cat girl there was either with their boyfriend or they were 12. So no. One thing about that con, which I find very interesting, is that there was a lot of younger kids, a lot younger. Hello phone, a lot younger than I initially thought, and so I legitimately got no cosplay photos because I'm scared to ask anyone, because I'm are you an adult or are you 12? And it's very hard to tell sometimes. So I've just not been asking unless it's pretty explicit, you aren't. It also comes down to things just I found there was absolutely zero male Deku cosplayers. I don't get why. That's one of the things that bamboozled my brain. Though I will say the most it wasn't, how do I want to word? There was no dominating one from what I saw today. There was no like absolutely dominating like amount of something. I know in previous years, usually if it's like a really popular anime, you start seeing a lot of those. I know when Attack on Titan did, wasn't like they did a big announcement. There was a shit ton of Attack on Titans. When the new season of My Hero came out, there's a lot of My Hero, but there really wasn't anything like defining this year. But it kind of was, it was kind of weird because how do I want to word this? It was kind of weird because there was a lot of things that weren't anime at all. Like there was a lot of horror stuff. Like there's a guy walking around as Michael Myers. There was a guy literally as Jesus. Like that was the thing. He was Jesus Christ. He would do everything. He looked like Jesus. And I was like, damn, Jesus. Hog, you're doing it. Lot of, there was a good amount of Chainsaw Man. But Chainsaw Man's really easy to pull off. You got your Hatsune Mikus, of course. Lots of Hatsune Miku. A lot of Vocaloids. Not many VTubers. I saw exactly 2. I saw one Gura, and I want to believe it was an Amelia Watson. It was kind of hard to tell. A lot of Demon Slayer. That's not too surprising. I saw my favorite phenotype of here's the thing. I saw my absolutely favorite phenotype of weeb, which was the black weeb. And I do mean black mega weeb. Every single time, every con you go to, you will find one who is in like full fucking gear. It was this guy and his girlfriend today. They were in like the full like Naruto setup. It was the villains. I can't remember. They wear the black clothes. They had the full fucking get up ready. They had the swords. They had the clothes. It looked amazing. They had fucking nailed it. And I was like, hot fucking damn, you guys know what you're doing. I saw a lot of that. Not a lot of Dragon Ball stuff, though. That was one thing I kind of noticed as well. Not a lot of Dragon Ball. There were... I do remember this, though. There was a Rei and an Asuka. They came together. And it was funny watching them walk around, pretty much in, like, almost perfect cosplay. Just walking around together. And you would always spot them because they were in their, like, they were in the, quote, school uniform and stuff. And you would always see them. And it was always hysterical to me. I don't know why. Because it was just Asuka and Rei. There was no Shinji. I saw one Masato. Saw a brave man in full Tao. Like, full, like, custom-made Tao armor. That one, I'm like, you are a brave man coming to an anime convention in 40k gear. And fucking Tao of all things, but alright. Who else did I see that was weird? A lot of manhwa stuff. A lot of manhwa. A lot of the Chinese stuff. I tried not to court death with the young master, but that's just how it goes. Saw some very brave women, saw some not very brave women. A lot of League of Legends. Lots of League of Legends. I did notice that. Went to two panels pretty much. I went to effectively a Mugen tournament. We had to bet on which fighter would win, and I actually won. I actually won one round of betting. What was it? Where is it? It's give me 1 second. I can tell you what I won, cause it's very it's very funny. what I actually won because it kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't like expecting. I wasn't expecting to win anything. Heat Guy J, that's it. I won the first 4 episodes of Heat Guy J. Fucking early 2000s, 2002 to 2004. I won the first episodes, the first 4 episodes, and the special disc of the DVD of it. I don't have a DVD player or anything like that. That's the funny thing. I just kind of had, like, I was compelled to take it, but all the other gifts were bad. Like, all the other prizes were bad. But it was like, I need to engage with Heat Guy J. Like, I need to figure more out about this. It looks terrible. I can't wait to watch the first 4 episodes. Because I didn't get any of the other box set, mind you. I got nothing of the other, like, box of anything, really. I legitimately only received the first fucking disc. I was like, damn, I'm fucking gaming. Alright, this is awesome. Super cool. I thought that was just very funny. It quite tickled my pickle. It tickled me. And I find that I just found it very funny for some reason, being like, yeah, here is legitimately just, what the hell is this old ass anime? Quite literally, if I remember correctly, the actual prizes was an Amogus doll. Yeah, it was an Amogus doll. It was the first volume of an obscure magical girl manga. The 11th volume of a shonen manga. Completely different shonen manga, the 11th volume. The Blu-ray for Appleseed. Like, that's the Blu-ray for Appleseed and Heat Guy J. So I'm like, hot diggity damn. I'm gonna take the fucking Heat Guy J special DVD, like a 4th of the DVD box set. So I have my Heat Guy J DVDs nearby. Like, I don't have a disc player or anything. I just have 2 DVDs now for an anime that I will probably never watch. But it doesn't matter, is that I have them, they're mine. And it's very funny to me. It was great. Let's see, the land is vast, and as it is varied. 1,000 minor houses dotting the landscape, some rise to be great heroes, while others fall to villainy. Each house is unique and varied, with their own eternal politics, power plays between their neighbors. A noble house. A noble house is based on 5 attributes. A noble house is based on 5. A noble house is defined by their land, authority, power, population, and wealth. If we want to do this, maybe we do a vertical one instead. So we do like land, amount of territory. Territory the house controls and can expand into authority. How protected. If I can fucking spell protected people feel. power. The military strength, the strength of the military, that the House controls in both loyal soldiers, armaments, and personal retinues. Population, number of people, if I can fucking spell, the number of people who call the domain of the house their home, and swear fealty to them. And finally, wealth, unimaginable power. The prosperity of the house. It's prosperity of the house. Income, ability to use that wealth and exploit others for it. Like, one of the big things is that each of these attributes do something, and you want to manage all of it, and there are attributes. You invest it. If I do something like maybe we do something like that. Opinions, thoughts. Do you have CD drive on your computer? No, I don't have a CD drive on my computer. I was just compelled to take Heat Guy J Kino. I also saw another panel today, which was a dogshit magical girl one. Like, I like Maho Shoujo. I was hoping, like, okay, maybe I can use this particular, like, panel to get, like, a better idea for these two magical girl commissions I ended up picking up. I'm like, cool, this is gonna be fun. It was quite literally just this woman telling us about her, like, favorite magical girl anime. But the secret was like, the secret was that her definition and, like, idea of what a fucking magical girl was, I don't know, warped by Goislop. Like, that's, like, the only... I have no other way to really describe it outside of warped by Goislop. Cause she was like, hey, like, here are some cool magical girl anime because we're in a new era. And literally what she would do, it would be like, here is Granbelm. This, and she would speak like this, mind you. It would be, hey, this is Granbelm. This is, Granbelm annoyed the shit out of me because she just mispronounced everything. This is Magiakatu. And this is Mangetsu. They are doing things. And she gets transported to another world. Oh, wow. She is a magical girl now. And I'm like, the fuck? What she would do is the thing that I fucking despise. She'd be like, yeah, there were a lot of waifu in this show. Like, she was using it as, like, a fucking, like, noun. Like, it was like a state of being. Like, oh, there was, like, a lot of waifu. Like, what are you talking about? Being like, oh, it's very kawaii. I'm like, shut up. Just say cute. Just say fucking cute. It's cute. Don't say, oh, it's very kawaii. Like, you sound like a Fed. Shut up. I want to fucking hit you with a bat. And then her big thing at the end was like, oh, my favorite new magical girl show. And it was like Spy X Family, because every single character is a magical girl. Get it? All of them are magical girl. I'm like, that, you literally violate your own fucking rules with this one. I'm like, that's a dude. Like, that's just a dude. Like the thing is that drives me up the fucking wall. Where's the there is no magic. That's the secret. Because she, and like, legitimately, she would just like say the show, describe the first episode, and then say cringy shit at the end, and then like describe the series. I was like, this is the most useless shit. You like slice of life anime? Yeah. Effective, like, this is like the most useless shit I have ever heard. Like, this isn't even productive. Like, this isn't even like, you're not explaining anything. You're not talking about anything. You're not saying like we've seen a shift in magical girls over the years. You're literally just talking about shows you like. Like, this isn't entertaining. I'm not learning anything. I'm learning that you have shit taste in anime. She rated fucking Grandbaum 5 out of 5. She's like, oh, I love this show because it has Yuri in it. I'm like, bitch, did you not watch the fucking show? It was garbage. Grandbaum's a terrible fucking show. Like, legitimately speaking, like, Grandbaum is a terrible goddamn show. There is nothing redeeming about Grandbaum. It's bad. It has a fun idea. Really good idea, even. Generally speaking, though, it's like, it's bad. Like, it's just a poorly put together show. Which is why, I did write an entire game for it at a 3 a.m. delusion. Yeah, we don't talk about that. Probably one of my like better put together games, actually, which I need to fix one day, but like, it's bad. Like, it's a shitty game. Like, it's a shitty show. It's just bad. Like, that's the funny thing. It's not good. And I will say, from, she was talking about stuff she likes more, spouting legitimately, like, quite legitimately, it was literally just a Wikipedia synopsis. What's Grandbaum? Grandbaum is a very unique idea. I'm gonna give you the basics of it. A bunch of girls have to fight in a mecha battle royale. To give you an idea, this is quite literally a magical girl mecha battle royale anime. And they fuck it up. Like, they fuck it up a lot. But they don't fuck it up in the way you think. Like, the actual fights, pretty good. The characters are pretty fun. Like, the actual ideas are pretty good. There's just one major glaring flaw through the entire series. It's inconsistent. Quite literally, nothing that occurs means anything, because it can change the next episode. They'll be like, oh, if your crystal shatters, you're dead and you're erased. But then they shatter a crystal in the first fucking episode, and she's not dead or erased. She's just there still. Then she shows up later. But then they do it to another character, and she's like fucking outie. It is the most annoying, frustrating fucking show. Character motivations change. Characters get superpowers at random intervals. The fucking main character has an Ava Berserk for no reason. It is never brought up again. It is never mentioned again. She just has an Ava Berserk, and she just is like, oh no, I Ava Berserked. And it's just irrelevant. And at the fucking end, to give you the idea, Like, the entire, like, series is, like, relatively consistent. And then the end happens where every single thing that I just said goes out the window. It is 12 episodes, I believe. I believe it was 12 episodes. Like, the last, like, 2 episodes, completely goes off the fucking rails, but not in a good way. 13 episodes exactly. Like, it doesn't go, like, it's not like a good thing. Like, that's the funny thing. It's not like, man, this is super cool. No, it's just, can we watch it together? I love trash. See, fucking Granbelm would be like a good, like, let's just watch Magical Girl. At least it doesn't drag out. Well, that's the problem, Muso. They run out of the, like, they legitimately end the story at episode 10. It's over, but they keep going because they have to resolve the other insane plot. That was stupid. It's like, here's my bullshit super plot. It's just like, oh no. Oh no, no, no. He goes berserk, refused to explain, never again. Quite literally, that is how it happens. She just goes berserk. They never explain why. It's never explained if there's a reason for it. And they, like, try to be like, oh, it totally makes sense at the end. But then it's just like, that opens further fucking questions. You haven't explained anything. You've just made it more confusing. Like, it's just like the most bizarre fucking thing in the world. And I find it fascinating. Me writing the Granbelm RPG, I always remember this story, like, picture perfect in my mind. It was 3 in the morning when I had gone to bed. And it was 3 in the morning, I shot awake after having a dream about it. I literally, like, walked to my computer. I got out of bed, I walked to my computer, turned it on, opened the notepad document, and wrote for a solid, like, 45 minutes of just writing. And when I finished it, I was like, cool, saved it and went back to bed. And then I read it in the morning, and I was like, wow, this could actually work. So I just wrote the entire fucking thing. Well, here's the thing. It's not bad. Like, that's the fucked up part, Jaeger. That's the really fucked up part. Because I actually really enjoyed it when it was airing. Because if you watch it, like, episode to episode, week to week, it's like, wow, there's some intrigue going on. Wow, the characters are actually kind of interesting because we don't know what's happening. Like, you don't know who's gonna win. You don't know what's like, oh man, why are you like this? Whoa, no. Why are you like this? Whoa, drama. But then it just is like, all of that, time for Crazy Town. I'm like, no, please, don't fuck this up. But I can't really say anything. I was in the Darling in the Franxx, like, fucking nightmare for too long. My Darling in the Franxx, which, fun fact about this good old anime convention, which I found very very entertaining, like funny, like a funny thing to like just muse about. I saw so much Darling in the Franxx stuff there. There was an absurd amount of Darling in the Franxx stuff. But there's a problem. There's a distinct issue. It was legitimately only 0 fucking 2. There was not a single other character. Do you know Darling in the Franxx is a fucking mech show? There were no mechs. Anytime Darling in the Franxx showed up, it was just 0 fucking 2. That was it. There was nothing else. And I found that really interesting from kind of like a weird like cultural anthropology standpoint, because Zero Two, like Zero Two here, has firmly managed to, how do I want to, I would say like she managed to outgrow her own show. Like outgrow the actual franchise she was born into. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, that's the weirdest part about it. Because it was never her in her discount fucking plug suit. No, she was never in this. It was always things like this, or like this. Like, it was very clearly Zero Two, because she had the horns. But then it was like, surprise. And it was funny because I thought about it for a bit and being like, I know for a fact, like I know for this unholy fact of life, that there are people who will say, man, I love Zero Two, and who have never watched the show or even know what the show is. They're like, I love this girl. I think she is adorable. Without realizing, like this is Strelza, without realizing she pilots this fucking thing. Or the fact that this is like the cockpit. Literally the cockpit, everyone, get it? And how fucking dumb this fucking show is. God damn it. Why is this show so stupid? Wait, fuck, that's why Callie is so big. She's literally 02. What do you want about? Didn't some dude write about 02 in a completely different setting? Like, yeah, wait, fuck, that's why Callie, she's literally 02. Like, that's the funny thing. Like, are you talking about those Asian porn? No, this is here's the thing. This is quite literally like a this is a mecha show. This is a high-octane mecha combat show with fucking melodrama in it. This character, though, has completely, like, eclipsed the show. No one will remember Darling in the Franxx. They will remember 02, however. And then they will be reminded of Darling in the Franxx and how the show ended at episode 16. Man, remember when there were other characters? Remember all of these other mechs? Remember how they were all completely fucking irrelevant? Wow. Also, remember the time where they say you shouldn't be gay because being gay is bad? I remember. Mori Calliope, yes. Honestly, isn't that most anime when you think about it? True, true. Yo, Franxx is a mecha as my fucking dick. Like, that's the funny thing. Because, like, remember, like, the actual, like, mech fights in this were pretty decent. But then, like, shit just keeps happening with this one. They introduce problems, and the problems are irrelevant. They introduce characters, and the characters are irrelevant. Quite literally, most of the main cast means absolutely nothing. Like, the main cast are irrelevant. Like, most of them. Like, that's the funny thing. That's the thing that will always be, like, just amusing to me. And it's so hilarious. Because you're like, wow, who, like, Goro? Who the fuck cares about, like, Goro is literally there to get cucked. Oh, remember Zerome? Of course, you remember Zerome and Miku? Of course you don't, because they're fucking irrelevant. These two do nothing the entire series. Ikuno just gets cucked. Futoshi just gets cucked. Kokoro and fucking Mitsuru just fuck. That is their entire purpose in the show. Like, these two entire purpose in the show is to just have sex. What's these two purpose? I'm gay, I'm fat. What are these two? They don't have any. These two are just to get cucked. That is legitimately the entire reason they are present. There is no other reason. You could make the entire series just about these two, and it would fucking work, and nothing would change. It's amazing. I fucking love Darling in the Franxx. Literal fucking Dr. Frog talking Dr. Frogs. It's Hero, this is a question on Darling in the Franxx. Please have sex. Yes. Like, MC's allowed to have sex. Yes. At the end, when he gets in the giant fucking robot version of his wife because she turns into a giant robot for no fucking... Yes, that's why they're called Franxxes, because of Dr. Franxx. Now, Manly, you may be wondering, man, Dr. Franxx sounds like a fairly important character. He's not. He's completely irrelevant. Wait, also, it didn't have the robot wife? No! He didn't. He didn't have a plot. Like, that's the funny thing. It had absolutely... He had no plot. He gets into his wife. No, Dr. Franxx dies by getting smashed by a rock. He literally spouts exposition and dies. Like, let me do, this is, to give you an idea, this is 02. She's the size of a planet at this point because she dies and then is reincarnated as her mech in space as a giant Battleship Yamato meme, I guess. Then Hero goes to outer space with his friends for no fucking reason, mind you, mounts and gets inside of his wife, and then they fly off to fight aliens. Because the entire plot of the show, fucking spoiler warning for Darling in the fucking Franxx, the entire plot is that the actual threat isn't the real threat. It's aliens. Aliens show up at the last 5 episodes, and they have to go to fucking outer space to beat them. That is the plot. I fucking hate this show. Like, the evil... No, that's the fucked up part, Jaeger. They aren't. Some of them are just human. Literally, it's, Verm, that's it. Like, the evil council of, like, humanity, like, 5 of them are, like, literal murder aliens. Be like, we've come here to harvest humanity's essence because of magma. Because that's how this entire, like, series is born out of. Magma. That's the secret, like, juice that powers all of the mechs. Magma. And the Klaxazors want the magma. And literally vampire aliens, vampire aliens, like, let me see if I can find, I'm completely off, like, Verm. This is Verm. This is the final fucking boss of Darling in the Franxx. They literally show up out of fucking nowhere, and you gotta fight Verm. And then they fight Verm, and then they win because 02 and Hero fly through outer space all the way to the Verm planet, and then blow it up, and then they leave. That is the literal fucking plot line of this stupid fucking show. It is the dumbest fucking thing in the world. I hate this stupid fucking show. I hate everyone in it. I hate every character in it. I think every single character in this show has to die because they're all stupid. Every single character in this show is stupid. Everyone acts like a moron. That's the super secret. That's the secret. Everyone acts like a fucking moron. This is the ending. They fly into a planet and explode and die, but don't worry, they're reincarnated because that's how that fucking works. I hate Darling in the Franxx. I fucking despise it. Are you smoking something? No. I'm just fucking mad about Darling in the fucking Franxx. It's one of the, like, the thing with Darling in the Franxx that gets me as worked up as I do, because I was in it. I was fucking in it. I was ready for it. I was in it. I watched every episode. I was in the threads. I was in the fucking forums, baby. I was fucking ready. I was so happy. And then it fucked it up. It kept fucking it up, Manly. Manly, they kept fucking it up. How do you fuck it up? Okay. How do they fuck it up that much? Okay, so, a series of fortunes and misfortune. Okay, so we need to do table 1, 2, 3. We need to do this. This is going to be 3, 6. This is going to be name. Why do I talk about it for half an hour? Because I'm passionate, Manly. I'm passionate. I've got the animu. It's in my soul. And it was my soul, my fucking beats. I was there. And it fucking hurt, Manly. I was hurt by it. I hurt myself today. Because you don't, like, how do I want to, you don't think about it too much, and then you're like, oh, wow, this was kind of bad. And then the dread starts, like, kind of seeping in a little bit. You're like, wow, this was just kind of dog shit. Why did I enjoy this? Why did I engage with this as much as I did? And you're like, oh no, I've wasted time, I've wasted effort, and now, like, everything that I've done is meaningless. And you just feel sad. Like, that was the thing with me and fucking Darling and the goddamn Franxx. I just felt sad. I felt defeated. I was like, I invested so much time and energy into this show, and all I got was getting just completely fucked by it. It was truly pain. The invasion. Scandal. Treachery. Decline. Infrastructure. Sense. Up there. Sense. Favor. Victory. Victory! Good ruler. Conquest. Nobody explained something at the end. I fucking hated it. You want content, you want attack, entertainment. What you get for watching ongoings and waifu bait ongoings and that. I felt that one. That way back in the original SAO. Well, ongoing at the time, me, you know, delusion. Weeb. Is it 9% of all entertainment is just horrible? 90%. Yeah, it's that's effectively it was how much is it? Like 95% of anything created is crap, but that 5% is worth protecting. I somewhat believe that, but I think a more proper term would be like most things in life, like most things produced are just slop. Like they're not good. What do I want to do? Power. Yeah, I also had to deal with a lot of, speaking about power, saw a lot of power cosplayers. Lot of power cosplayers. And I was like, shine on, Crazy Diamonds. Like, I can respect this. Because anything, like, quite literally, anything, like, oh my god, you're gonna make me do, aren't you? Wait, why don't I just reduce it down to 8? Why don't I reduce you down to 8? Because I'm a smart boy, and I should do this before. See, if I was, actually, you know what, I'm fucking stupid. Why don't I just do, I'm fucking stupid. We do that. I should have done this before, but I didn't think about it because I am a silly boy. -3, authority and population. Generally speaking, like the random events are all about kind of like giving you an idea of like, yeah, things happened. Let's see. Burning small. Burning lands. what they care, and taking what they can carry. By the end, the damage is done. And it was. Scandal. Some secrets should never be let out. -5, prestige. Go. Treachery. Knives in the dark. Traitors among the ranks. Knives. Google Sands. Wow, that's really Lato. That's what I want. Oh. Just give me what I fucking want. We have -3 to attributes. The March of Time is cruel. No. -3. Actually, no, wait a second. Is it? -3 to 1 attribute. I need to rename some of these, but I just kind of want to get this done. Luckily, once these are done, I really don't have to worry about it too much because they'll all kind of remain the same. I'm gonna have to make a note to add the space. Ascent. Space +3 to 2 attributes. Favor the Lord of the land, so name your finally shining example. Let's see, Lord of the land, so I'm fit to name your family as favor. Shining example of good and noble, shining example of a good and noble family. You get space +5. I mean, you get +5 prestige. Victory. Da na 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 na. Do 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 do. +3 power, +3 authority, or +3 wealth. Authoritas. Pick 2. Victory is very good. Victory is very, good ruler. The house has gone through kind and generous lord. +3. +3 to authority and population. Kind and generous lord, one beloved by the peasantry, and loved even more by the nobility. The nobility, glory. Want to do +3 authority, power, and wealth. Space +3 to authority, power, and wealth. Conquestidos. land population and wealth. Space +3 to land population and wealth. And then finally, Windfall. Windfall is the best one in the game because you just get +3 to fucking everything. Space +3 to all act. Yep. I'm gonna go star. Oh goodness. X's ass bullshit because the roundabout has committed switch suicide for me. Now let's speak of better thing. Kapower. Remember the reading synopsis of the East guy that was so bad it rounded up to being great again. Power is an easy cosplay, so it's nice casual cosplay. Just get big shoes and like pink hair. Lots of women pink hair at con. You like Guilty Gear OST? I already put Smell of the Game on a couple times. It's just been going hard GG music. Literal hardest soundtrack in the fighting game known to man. The big thing, like, this is the important thing about Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear is a is, like, legitimately just a rock album disguised as a fighting game. Like, if you were to say, I've never played Guilty Gear and just listened to the soundtrack, I'd be like, yeah. Good night. Smell of the game. Yeah, smell of the game is fucking amazing. Let's see. I should be able to actually just copy paste this literally like 1-to-1. So, generally speaking, how this works is we're going to roll our 1d6. We've got a 2. So we have one event. Let's roll our one event. I also realized I never put the dice in there, so I need to put a column to the left. So what I'm going to do is do that. Small. What if I put you off to the side? So this would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 17, 18. So I'm gonna take my 3d6 to 3d6. I roll my one event. We've got a 8, 9, 10. We got a 10. We have a decline. That's literally all we rolled. But let's say I roll pretty well. Let's say I rolled a 3. That means 2 events. Our 2 events that we are as our founding. We got 11, 12. We got an ascent. We're doing pretty good. What's our second event? 9, 12. So we've got double ascent. We are doing pretty all right for ourselves. We're rising through the ranks. So authority can be spent to recruit soldiers from the field for every 2 points being spent. Oh, gee. Because, like, one of the ideas is that you could technically default on things, like, if you ever were to lose it, too much of it. So, yeah, you always need authority. Authority is usually the most valuable thing in the entire game. because authority is going to keep your pretty much bottom line in place. I'm just gonna mark the possible riots. Power assets. We were speaking about power. Yeah, we have assets and holdings. Holdings are like physical things. They take up land. Assets are not. So we need to do 3. Which leads into population centers. Which again is just going to be, do you like tables? Do you like tables? Because that is 95% of what this game really is. It's just like, yep, it's more table time. Woo, table time. I love tables. Woo. I need to rewrite the entirety. Ooh. Hello there. Hello there. It's me, Gandalf. It's me, Gandalf. I'm a wizard. Ooh. Give me money. Give you supply to my magic rocks. Crystal meth. Oh! Hee. See, where's that fantasy game? Every wizard's just high as shit 24/7. Just completely, like, just smashed off some fucking wizard juice. Let's see. So, we've got the seasonal check. So luckily, if we go down here, we can paste, not that. Grab this, we paste this here, we do the correct heading 3. Because the idea of the seasonal check is that every season you're gonna roll an event, like something is going to happen to you and you need to fix it, or you need to deal with the fact that it's happening. And let's see. Actually, we don't need the effect anymore. We don't need the oh goodness. We don't need this column anymore, so we can just have the description. I'll plug in the descriptions later. But let's see. Doom delays. Delays, disaster. Doom delays, disaster, revolt, revolt, scandal, revolt, scandal, opportunity, treachery, opportunity, treachery, decline, infrastructure, ascent, infrastructure, ascent, favor, favor ahead of schedule. Family problems, glory. Family problems, glory. Season win. That's how these technically. You'll give or take an attribute land at a cost. Actually, each of these would give or take an attribute. Each of these were given or taken out from your land at a cost. These costs can be in the form of wealth to pay off problems or encourage business. Authority made to assert dominance, skirt the rules, or power to flex the house's house muscle. It should be proportional to the realm and given to the GM to decide, role-playing it out, or coming up with a creative solution. Or coming up with creative solutions should be encouraged. An example of family problems. Master has been born to a serving maid. Let's see. Master has been born to a serving maid. Upon further examination, or claim that it's your uncle's ring, it is your uncle's, rings a bit truer than most. Now, obviously, this would bring some shame upon the house to have such a child here. It would cost 3 wealth to send the girl on her way. However, the Lord, a PC, decides to keep the child, knowing his brother, the uncle, as well as having an additional child in case something goes wrong. He personally names the child after the uncle. Now you have an adorable younger sibling who's going to grow up among all of you, and potentially be a PC later on. That's kind of the idea. It's like, yeah, you can just pay off and get rid of things. Though I'll be honest, some kind of more chill tracks, and as well Jack and Danny for pure funk of it. He didn't say that Gandalf is not the meth kind of guy. He's a stoner. Ah, yes, the most powerful of them. Okay, so merchant family. Papa de Mier, there are families who capitalize on what may have started a small fishing vessel owned by a great grandfather can rapidly. It actually reminds me. We need to go all up here. We need to go down to here. Blue blood or not, every house has roots behind it. 5-6 initials, the most prestigious the family, the more value and weight their name has. Two families were to ever merge, then they take the highest prestige of the 10's value higher. However, if two families that are similar prestige, 23 and 25, they increase by the lowest by plus 10. Each house is made up of a virtue, vice, and a perk. Yeah, so this, we go all the way back up here to army rate. Go down. So, side note, inheriting land. 8 Leto. Good news, the lad from across the river recently passed away, leaving no males there except his daughter that your cousin married last year. He seemed fit to give you land to your family due to the closeness and horrific threats against his life. Combine all land values. We take Lato. Of blood. We heading to blue of blood. Noble house. Blue of blood. Blue of blood. Founding events. Then we go down to the seasonal check, which again, there's no seasonal checks don't do anything. All they do is say, hey, who's stronger, speed wizards, weed wizards, or opium painkiller wizards? Opium painkiller wizards just don't give a fuck. Those are just clerics. Probably their families capitalize. What may start a small fishing vessel owned by a great grandfather can rapidly expand into a fishing empire with a fleet of ships. Just as likely as the quiet tavern passing through the generations find the inheritors the head of a hospitality franchise. Wealth is mightier than any blade. Merchant family has attributes sway they have in the city they inhabit. So we wing all back up. Because the idea is that the nature changes, like the nature of these can pretty drastically shift the context more than anything. It's like, yeah, these change the nature of what you're actually doing and how you're actually wording things. authority, power, population, the amount of land. Amount of land the family controls outside of the city. They become landowners. Authority, the amount of respect and pull family possesses within the city. Power, all that power. The ability to protect, the ability for the family to protect its interests in and out of city population, the number of employees, number and type of employees the family has, the amount of liquidated assets family has access to. Each of these starts at 2d6. We then go here. Just going to take their, like, they don't really have. If I want to, what I can do is write up a completely different table for them. Or I just don't do that. Alternatively, I just don't. What about that? What are you gonna do then, bitch? What if I just ignore that bullshit and don't? Power assets, universal. Power assets. There we go. Yeah, kind of the idea behind power for merchant families, it's their ability to leverage people. It's my ability to say, hey, we have, like, we can bring some dudes up. It's your pull in the city. It's your ability to pull others to service. But you also have the entire concept of, you know, creating raw and advanced resources. Vibes and bills. Here. Seasonal checks. Let me just double check the seasonal checks here. Delays, disaster, revolt, scandal, opportunity, treachery, decline, infrastructure. 14 bribes, bribes and bills, family problems, glory seas, when most of these remain pretty much the exact same. I just need to write in the proper description for them. That does bring me to... I should bring... You know what? Let's give them their... Let's give them their founding events. So their founding events are going to go... Founding events are going to go right here. But then the founding events are going to change the nature of things. Which we're going to say, Expanded interest. Let's... Where do I get land? Where do land? What would be there you go. Need to write in the description, and then we go down here. Actually, no, all the way back up. We go all the way down here. We find... Where are you? Business and its departures. I find they never find the bodies. See, we do that, we do that, we do you, we do you. Nothing is nothing without its business. Core of their wealth and power comes from the industry they inhabit. The group has to distribute 10d6 among business and family prestige. Business prestige, recalling customer satisfaction. Family business. Only with a significant non-family member. Which does mean I should implement games of coins and gold. Or represent the every 4 seasons. Price fluctuates. Tax 6. Can I get away with double columns? Can I get away with double fucking columns? Where they should be. Double columns. Can you look fine. Can you please be up here? That would be super fucking pog, but you're not going to be up there because Google Who the fuck are you? No, what are you doing? No, you dumb motherfucker. God fucking hell. I fucking hate stupid fucking Jesus fucking. Have I ever told anybody how I hate the table system? Hate like the actual like how to make like columns and stuff in like Google Docs. It is the stupidest fucking thing. I don't understand why it does 90% of why it. I don't understand like 90% of like why it does certain things. All that I know is that it does it to piss me off. It just there is no other like discernible reason why things are the way they are. It does it to solely piss me off. Google knows. Google is deliberately trying to give me a fucking stroke. Patience. Market shares. There we go. Do that. You probably have to sort this out a little bit more, but yeah, that's effectively how that's going to work. We go all the way back up. There we go. There we are. There we are. That's what I like to see. Sell swords and free companies. Paste. Launching an operation. Got done. As long as there are men in the world, as long as there are 3 men in the world, one will pay another stab the last. Free company is the largest expansive institution in the land. Organized bands of warriors, organized bands of fighters have been in wars. Matter of protecting the frontiers or engaging in nefarious deeds for their employer, usually major city-states or organizations. Free companies come in all shapes and sizes, some with only a handful of hardened soldiers, others with a large horde of rabble fighting less with skills but number. Has the following attributes. Hey, I have the following attributes. They don't have land, I don't believe. If I remember correctly. They don't have land. Power, authority. They do have land, but they don't get any of it. And they shouldn't, because they're free companies. They are literally fucking mercenaries. Lots of men may fail, but not today. The amount of... The amount of land the captains of the free company own. This makes them landowners. Authority, the amount of power the leader has over the band of men. How well armed, trained, and what type of forces the free company has. Number of men the free company has in positions of power, and the number of men fighting, and how wealthy the free company is. To these. Go. Named a little bit. I just kind of do that. They don't roll in the background and foundation. They don't roll on the table. They just have a background and foundation. Nobility, army of thieves and whores. Hire slave army. Bandit raiders, loot. Peasant militia, homes burned. One. Okay, so 3, 3, 3, 4. 3. Like, to give you an idea, anytime you see like a bullet list, that is me having to make it a table or something akin to it. I've accepted this lot in life. Launching an operation. This needs to be rewritten. Because pretty much the idea of an operation is like, it's a lot less formal, if that makes sense. Like, the entire concept is like, we're getting together for the sole purpose of just burning something down. Like, we can I'm gonna have to rewrite this section because clans and tribes are operate on a little bit of a different wavelength than everybody else, but that's kind of just the nature of the beast. Like, sellsword companies don't actually worry about a lot of things. That's not what the point of them are. The point of them is to be like, if you want a more traditional game, that's the characters you play. You play them. And it's like, hey, like, here are people like we know, and like here are, you know, kind of situations that we're kind of finding ourselves in. That's kind of the idea of the free companies more than anything. Escape. Every free company has a legacy they'll find it difficult to escape. Can do is we do background and foundation, then we do the Legacy to Preserve or Escape, being like, hey, you're not really supposed to fully actually leave this life. It's a shitty life. That's kind of the point. Okay. That actually sums it up pretty well. What I need to do now is all of that is there. We've got all three of those. Generational play. Get into generation. Talk about the Brook Hollows a little bit. Like, quite literally, most of this is fine. Like, most of this is actually just okay, because it works, and I wrote this kind of later on, and because it was written a little bit later on into the development cycle, it works a lot, it looks a lot better, if that makes sense. There was actually a lot of thought that went into each of these. Not saying other parts didn't have thought put into them, but they were very much later. This was very much later on in development. Trying to get rid of any instances of that because we don't need it. We don't need it. Babies, toddlers. Like, this is all, like, majority of this is completely optional for the fact that there's a lot of bookkeeping when it comes to this. And some people may want to manage that bookkeeping. Some people may not want to manage that book. Very much in the hands of the players. Because there's a lot of it. And there's a lot of tables. And there's a lot of things going on. And things and people, and I don't know why I keep fucking not changing the font size, but not the font itself. Maybe I should stop drinking and deving. Maybe that would be a lot smarter to do. But hey, we're not here for intelligentsia. You are here for quality content. Oh, some various. The Brook Hollows will probably. The Brook Hollows will probably stay in. Bear. I am not an alcoholic. I'm a perfectly functional human being. I'm a perfectly functional human being. Real human being. See, I am going to be going to the Barbie movie, which I'm very excited for. I am actually excited for the Barbie movie, even though, you know, kind of seeing some of the I already kind of know the basic plot synopsis for things. I'm like, that kind of seems terrible, but I'm also really fascinated in it. Like, because the thing is, what I keep hearing is Ken is the best part of the entire, like, show, like, movie. Like, the problem, like, oh, the main villain, effectively, you know, spoiler warning. Like, one of the main kind of, like, antagonistic forces, like, Ken is apparent, like everything Ryan Gosling says and does is apparently phenomenal, and it's like, oh, this is why we come to the movies tier. It's like, yeah, like I feel like there was someone made a boo-boo that I don't think they planned on. And some part of me, there's a little part of me that's like, that is kind of fucking funny. Like just the fact that, like, yeah, we went out through, you know, all of this effort, you know, we have all of this like weird, you know, plot stuff going on, and it's like it all amounts to the fact that like the problem that you were trying to like iterate is you somewhat failed doing that. Like that's one thing I always find funny. When the message of a movie or the message of a product just fucking fails. There we go. We're not going to put the universal animal benefits in. Then we just have the... Actually, just have the... I'm going to put the narrator notes in, because I feel the narrator notes are important. Not the setting notes, though. Just the narrator notes. Because the narrator notes indicate a few things. It's kind of like, yeah, this is kind of the beat on how you're supposed to play the game, if anything. Because, yeah, it's not an adventure crawl. That's not the point of a game like Not Earth. You monitor and abuse. Love, sex, and fucking. This is like my incredibly long-winded way of like being like, yeah, don't be weird with other people, first things first, but like this is kind of like how people do things, like what's going on with this, how are we dealing with this, how do we manage, you know, dealing with other people when you are, you know, are you having sex with them? Is it very like, I don't really give a shit and you don't give a shit about me? Or is there actually, you know, are people is there problems? Are people catching feelings when they really shouldn't? Because hey kids, don't catch feelings when you're trying to do, when the other person doesn't want to, because that would be weird. Stop telling me So the particular sauce woman, they know betting her is a grade A mistake, so if the player is smart and says no, even if she lost the intrigue. Play. Kind of like, there isn't really any like strict like, it's time for this now. No, don't want that. Rules demos. Well, there's more for you from the section. Oh, this is me telling you, the narrator, to twist and turn the game for you for fine fun. Don't let anyone tell you what else and what is and isn't. You things need to get kind of shifted around, obvious. Yeah, I have the fun argument because fun is such an ill-defined term that, fun fact, if anyone ever uses like, oh, well, it's fun, it's not an argument, by the way. That's not like a, oh, like that's not like this, like, haha, this ace in the hole that I've like completely destroyed your fucking argument with. Like, no, that's not how that works. It's just like, yeah, you're having fun with it. That's good. You're having fun with it. But like, understand there can be faults and things you enjoy. That's like one of the things that you like must understand. Let's casting spells. Okay. do. Mm-hmm. Cousin of a niece, the cousin of a niece of a brother of a cousin of a, cousin of an uncle. Yet again, examples more than hard fact. The family member, multiple of these, or none of these. Mostly narrate. Family, actually, do, Families can be large, it's probably dozens of members. Actually, what is she actually doing? Mel, perfectly content with her life. Can add heading 4. Like, this doesn't really add much, but it looks nice. Maybe that's all that matters. Kind of like, what's the rest of your family doing? That's the entire purpose of this. Toddlers. Two. Heading 2. It's okay. Okay. Suggesting nothing else changes. Suggesting everything remains perfectly as is. I believe we've added everything we... Some of these look a little bit goofier than others, but I feel that's fine. There is 91 pages to this. Need to rewrite some sections, but... Right. Actually, I love seeing movies. I love movies. I love watching movies. I think they're really fun. Like going to it, like, honest to God, going to like a big theater, like a big kinoplex, sitting down in the seat with popcorn, a Coke or whatever, and just watching a movie it's fun. It's a fun thing. Like, yeah, they can be expensive. Like, I understand that, but there's just something there's something special about watching a movie like that. Just like really getting into it and being like, yeah, no, this is legitimately everything I could really want. Like, there's something really special about that to me, anyway. And I'm lucky we have, like, I have legitimately, I think, like, the best way to word it is, like, I have a kinoplex nearby. Shows some weird movies. I will probably go see when it inevitably comes there. And the thing is, like, I know for a fact it's gonna be there. I will go see Oppenheimer. I'm gonna wait till it goes in there for the sole reason because I know it's gonna be there and it'll be nice. And it'll be a lot of fun. My mom wants to go see Barbie in, like, the super cool... Like, my mom wants to go see it in, like, the really nice theater. That's just her things. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call it here. I will probably end up working on this just kind of on my off time because I can do that. And it'll just, like, the thing is, like, currently, yeah, well, yeah, there is something different about watching it, you know, kind of like on the drive home or the bus home or whatever. You're sitting down, you're like, that was a lot of fun. Like, I remember when me and my friends went to an escape room and kind of like coming back on the train talking about things. That was a lot of fun. Like, that was half the fun almost, was like we came out of that escape room and we were just, it was just like the rush of like, yeah, we fucking did it. Which we did that escape room with exactly 3 seconds to spare. 3 fucking seconds. It was hectic. And it was all because we got completely stumped on a section. I can't even remember what we got stumped on. I would need to ask my friends. Like, it was something like really dumb. I remember that. It was something really stupid we got stuck on. And like we look back on it now, it's like, god damn it, we should have known that. But they did a really good job of freaking the fuck out of you, freaking you out a little bit, and like putting the kind of indirectly putting like the pressure on you that wasn't necessarily just here's the ticking clock, but it's like, oh no, like no, like whoa. All right, I think I'm gonna call up there. Everything should be in place. Like, everything is in place. I just legitimately need to sit down. This is the cursed moment. This is the absolute worst moment. And it was like, hey, all I really need to do is make a lot of these tables. I need to make these tables. I need to make these like more pretty looking. It's things like that. It's gonna just take time. And that time is going to be me sitting in dead silence, making grunting noises. Where that's not really gonna be super entertaining to like stream. But hey, that's kind of the nature of the beast a little bit. Probably do it in the server or something like that. So yes, thank you all for watching. My name is Notepad Anon. Hope have a wonderful rest of your day. Godspeed, good luck. Next week is gonna be break for me. That might seem kind of weird, but yes, we're gonna do break. I'm going to consume media. Otherwise known as like that's literally what the plan is. I am going to just sit around and consume media just to activate some almonds and just to get some ideas going. Next week Saturday is when we'll do the apocalypse case. I didn't realize the anime convention I wanted to go to was this weekend. Go past to get some soy in. Like, it's not even necessarily that. It's just like, you need to watch things, you need to enjoy things to get a good idea of like that there are other things out there to watch. There are other things out there to draw inspiration from. Like, hey, here's just a Hulu series. Here's this. No, it you know, you say like, oh, I'm just joshing around, but like, there's some people being like, no, I have to like maintain my vision and stuff, and like I always say this, like the best mechanics you can find for tabletop games aren't sometimes even in a tabletop game. They're in the weirdest fucking places, because you'll find them in like a movie, you'll find them in like a game, like a video game, and you're like, oh, that's fucking perfect. That's exactly what I need to do. That's it. This is the moment. So, the SRD Nightmare, though, this will probably be like a Saturday, Sunday. Like, this will be kind of like a thing on the week. Like, this will be a... We will do a SRD Nightmares pretty consistently whenever it comes up. If there's something we don't have something to do on a Saturday, we'll do that. If we finish something early on a Tuesday, we'll fit it in like that. It's kind of like that idea. Just to do more of these, just to fix up more, because this has been really enlightening, weirdly enough, to me anyway. Just trying to apply mechanics and like write a book with zero context, if that makes sense. It's like with absolute, how do you remove every single instance of like something invested in like a setting or something? It's like you can't do it. It's very fascinating to remove setting details from games, and like how do you replace it? What do you word it? It changes the nature of some games quite drastically. It's been interesting. Let me see. That's pretty much it though. Like, yeah, no, this will pop up at the end of next week though, is when the voting goes in. I tallied up the votes yesterday. We have 2 very much in the lead currently. We have two games very much in the lead. Unless there's some like major turnarounds, I doubt they will lose. We are currently kind of competing for 3rd and 4th place, which right now the numbers aren't super high on either of them, so it can shift around, especially if a patron gets involved. So, also the ones that I thought would win didn't at all, so it's going to be interesting. I am waiting for Scribble to throw money at me to do the Blue Archive experience. I don't have the heart to tell him that it's like, yeah, no, it's not winning. It's not doing super hot. It is up there. It does have votes, but it doesn't have that many. So unless he like rallies the fucking like banners, it ain't gonna happen. But that's the funny part, because this Lux vote has been such a shit show. I love it. I love the Lux vote one. So thank you all. I am away.